Good morning, everyone. It's Rachel here, and we are doing Roxy's. We're starting off well. Roxy's weekly challenge. Now, I have a few pieces of just these are just I think they were art books. I don't know what they were. Yeah, some sort of books that I have used before, and I've got a few of the bigger pages left over. Let me see. Now this is an art book that it's beautiful. I bought two. I kept one and I'm using the other one, but I'm just going to see here if I have any more of those types of pages. They're slippery things. They're not overly glossy, but they are slippery. I might be able to use this page. Yes, I could use that. Oh, that's enough. And this is like linen paper. That's really nice stuff, that one. Okay, we've got some pieces here that we could use. Yeah. Artists in Camarina, which is a place of the 1400s, and I bought two of them because it's a really nice book. Right, and they were inexpensive. They were at the antique market, even though they're not antiques. And so I got two. Okay, let me see here. That's going to be too narrow. So, okay, I'm just going to trim a bit off because I don't want it to be too tall. See, that I'll just make into something, and that I will use for this project. Yeah, that's going to be good. Might be too wide. We'll see. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to get some digital paper. So if you don't have digital papers, if you don't use them, you might like to use, I'm going to pull out my latest, I think it's the latest, document style ones that Steffi did. And you might use decorative papers. There's no obligation to use, oh, not those papers. I might use that. There's no obligation to use any decorative papers. Anyway, we're just decorating them. So it's going to be a fairly simple project, but very effective. We like simple things. So I want this, I didn't want it to go that way, did I? Although that's a nice width. I will have it go that way. So I'm going to choose one. Let's fold them all. Let's do that first. Let's see, do I want this one to go that way? Yeah, I do. I think this is a nice little extra thing to send to if someone orders something. You could have them go that way as well. Maybe we'll do one that's slightly different. There. This one, this is going to be really narrow. That's okay. So we're making journaling spots. But it's just a nice way to use up those scraps, really. I like all these things. I keep these things because, they, as I always tell you, they give me a nice substrate to use for something. So, right, so then we're going to choose a paper. Don't know which paper. It's going to wrap around. We're going to do a wrap around, but I'm going to leave it so you can see a little bit of the edge of, even though it's kind of white, the paper, I'm going to leave it so you can see the edge, but I'm going to choose which one I like the best on this one. So let's see. It might be, oh, now that's good. I'll have to cut, then I'll end up cutting the angel, I think. Doesn't matter. That's what you get. Oh, no, I don't like that. This side would be all right, although that would be on the back. So that one's no good. I might be that I prefer the ones with the, that's going to be super pretty, but again, I'm going to chop her off probably. Let's see. I'll get a little bit of it and, yeah, kind of chop her off, but anyway, or I could have, let's just see these smaller ones, because these are slightly smaller. This one could be a very good one. Let's trim. You'll be like, Rachel, would you get your act together? My act is together. This is me together. I'm together. I am together. Now that's going to be crooked because, I am crooked. Okay, so I am going to, oh, that's backwards. I'm going to put a marking. Do I want a wider one? Yes, I'll get the wider one. I'm going to put a marking pen where I put everything away. Not everything, but most. I just put it a little bit above where I'm going to cut it, just so I don't get the marking on my piece. And trim. Like so. And I'm just going to straighten these edges now that I have trimmed down the paper. Make it a little bit straighter. And then I need to, actually I'm going to glue this. I do recommend, when I remember, to glue with it open, because you get a ridge otherwise when you open it afterwards. And I'm going to put marking there and trim that. Okay, and that will glue there. So let's just put that one aside. I'll put that over here on my basket, and let's prepare another one. So very simple. You can go as embellished, as much or as little as you like. And so yes, I think I'm going to use these ones. These were printed from the PDF. So that's why they have a border around them. Of course, the JPEGs do too, unless you select. Some printers don't have it, but my printer has the borderless option, and I have that turned on, and so that's why I get the borderless printout. But sometimes you want them to be just slightly smaller than the full page, because you get more of the image when you're working on a smaller project. I probably didn't need to trim those. Okay, let me see, this one is going to go, I think I might have the bells. Like so. So let's open it. Open it out and measure. The other one, I think I cut it a little bit too small. There and there. Okay, let's see what happens. These are all nice pieces that can be used. And I'm just going to very slightly straighten that because it's a bit wobbly. And there. I should just do that after, shouldn't I? That's what I'll do. Put that up there. And that's going to go on that one. So we'll get 5 done. Let's see what else we have. Oh, that might work well. Shorter one. Oh, and this is nice and yellowing, this paper too. I like that. So let's open that one up. That's perfect. That is going to be really good. I just have to trim it there. Okay, that's going on there. Next, we have, I also have this one, which I think could be good. No, maybe I'll continue on with these verticals. So pretty. Excuse me, I'm really getting myself crowded. I know I've got to just, no, I'll use this one, I think, here. So let's put a marking here and here. Right there, okay. Clever husband. See, that is going to be a gorgeous tag. And that's going to go on that. Oh, so pretty. Right, and then here, let's see what we're going to have. You'll notice I look at them when they're still folded, and then I decide, I think I may put this one. I'll tell you why, because I'll lose a little bit of that, but not the angel's head. I think that's probably a good deal. Not chopping off the angel's head, unless there's something here that I like more. I could like that one. No, I think I'll do this one. Okay. Decisions. So these papers I'll put aside. I don't need those now. Just tap you, make sure you're still in focus. And then we're going to need some writing paper. So here's my piece. Oh, that was an extra strip. So we want to sort of actually... Oh, that's not wide enough for this one. Okay, I have to change my mind. Oh, I could put a strip down there. I'll put something there. Oh, no, then that's a pain. No, let's use one of the horizontal ones, sorry. I'm changing my mind. I don't want to do any extra additions to them, so I need to go to, where are they? These. I think I'll have that one. Let's have that one. Right. Okay. I love the way when you cut up papers and it gives you, like that's giving me a tag shape right there, or a side tuck. I just love the way that happens organically when you cut up a paper. Okay, yes, that's going to be lovely on there. Okay, perfect. So I need to do my gluing. I'm going to grab a big piece of paper to glue on and grab my Pritt glue. I think what I'll do is I'll use wet glue just around the edges, because otherwise I'm going to be changing glue paper every 5 seconds, because there's going to be glue everywhere with the glue stick when I'm trying to get over the edges. Right. And of course, if you don't do Christmas, you do this with other papers. Actually, I should have put out some other papers, and we could have done it with some others, even medieval mirage papers. You need to make these in all the different types of kits, Easter, any of them. You can do any of them. You just adapt it to what you like. Now, the reason I went round, as I mentioned, with the wet glue was just simply to not have to keep changing my glue paper every 5 seconds. See, I didn't get any glue on the edges there, so I can glue on there again. And I just stretch out the glue, ooze out the glue out the edges there, and now I've got it all over my table. So just grab a wet one and wipe it. Okay, and up there. And we'll put that aside. We won't fold that yet, and we'll let that dry. Next, this one, put that there. Oh, I shouldn't be working in this. I like this jumper. It's just a Zara jumper from last year, but it's very nice. It's not ruined, and I shouldn't be working, like, you know, playing with glue and dirty papers and stuff in my nice jumper. I usually put on, you know, just a sweatshirt sort of. No, I don't want to use that glue. That's the stinky glue. I don't need that for this. I just need Tombow glue. Oops. So I like my glue stick for basic gluing, like this type of gluing. as I said, I'm going around the edge with the wet glue just to bring it to the edges without getting glue all over the paper, because I don't want to keep changing it. I've got stronger glues for any papers that I feel like are, I think it was going that way, more, you know, more resistant, like if they're stiffer, like a cardstock, or if I'm gluing to a really old paper and I might feel like there's a bit of grime, I might feel like I need a bit of a stronger glue, then I'll go to I can't remember what that new glue is, a bit like Fabri-Tac sort of glue or PVA glue. But if it's this type of paper, I won't use too much wet glue because they crinkle. So that's why I prefer, my preferred glue for normal paper is the glue stick. But that being said, you do need to have a good glue stick, and is pretty good. My favorite is Giotto, but I know you can't buy it everywhere. I'm pretty sure you can buy it in the UK, but I know you can't buy it elsewhere, or you can, but at exorbitant prices, because that also glues fabric very well. But I make sure, look, I've got a lot here. It's really shiny, it's really wet, because I put lots of glue on. I don't just go quick, because then it might come off. But I have tried to peel things off with my, after using my glue stick, and you know, it just rips the paper, because that's how good it is. Oh, I used the stinky glue. I didn't need to use that glue. I need to get it away. Oh, I've got a bit of glue there now because that got stuck. I didn't mean to use the stinky glue. Got mushy glue, stinky glue. Who knows if it's straight. Right, where's my thing? Yeah, just flatten it out. Make sure your glue's everywhere. I never center anything properly. I don't worry about it. It's all good in the end. Okay, let me just move that one out of my sight, because otherwise I don't really need that. Okay, good. And one more. Is this a bit? No, it's not. That over there is sticky, but if I keep it over here, I should be right. So you'd think I'd be all muscly in that arm with all this gluing and pressing really hard. My arm gets tired after a while when you have to glue a large expanse. It's good having the window in front of me because I can see where it's all glossy where the glue is, and I can see where it's matte, and that means I don't have any glue there. I've got glue in every ounce there, except for here around the edges. Okay, right, that's done. Move that aside. Now we have to glue inside. We need to put some writing spots inside. So I'm debating whether or not I'm just going to have a sip of my smoothie. I'm debating whether or not I should have 2 there and not have anything in the crease. I think I will. I think I'll have, I'm just seeing if that, look, that's a writing piece, but it's not big enough. I'll have 2 here, and just have a little gap in the middle, just so that way it's not too bulky. I've got some straw paper here. I might have that. Let's see. That's not tall enough. We'll have 2 pieces of straw paper on this one. One. I'm going to use my cutter. I could tear it. I think I'll just use my cutter today. So that's one, and in theory I should need one the same size. Oh, let's just see how wide it is. 3 1/4. There we go. Put that up there, and we'll glue those in. I will now fold this over just to make sure. And again, I think I'll use my wet glue because I've got a lot of pieces to glue on. And a lot of pieces to glue on, and I'll be changing my paper every 5 seconds. Okay, 1. This one I will glue over. I'm going to throw this piece of paper out. I've been gluing on it for days. And then I'll get a new one. And then we won't have creasing issues too when you fold it, because it does tend to crease. So we'll just put that aside. They're not finished yet. I'm going to get rid of that and grab another big piece. I could even use these pieces for this job. I didn't think about that. So that's not tall enough. Let's find some more paper. It is the land of the paper, so that shouldn't be too hard. I'm just going to see in my printing if I've got anything sort of writable here, or is it all sort of more decorative. I could use this, and I could also use this. These are nice for writing. What else did I print? I also have this one, which is always good. And I have that one. Who is that from? That's from Digital Curio, C-U-R-I-O, I think. I think it's theirs. Okay. So we've got a few here. I'm going to have another sip of smoothie. That's my breakfast. Okay, let's do this one. What I'm going to do is actually just trim that off. I'm not going to have that edge. So I can start that way. And I can't quite see. Why don't I measure it? That might make my life easier. So if I do 2 1/4 inches, and the height 8 1/2. Oh, I don't have 8 1/2 on there. I'll have to measure the height. So I need to do that now first. did I say? There's the crease. 2 1/4. Now you don't have to have the same papers on either side. You could just have, I think I'll put them like that. You could have different papers. Could be nice. We might even do that if I remember. Put that down there. Okay, that's going to go on there, and then they kind of, the pattern sort of will line up in theory. I forget about these papers, and they're actually very useful. I should just print up a whole lot so I've always got them. You know, the embroideries, the paler sort of embroideries, they're very nice to use for writing on. And the writing on them looks really nice. Okay. Cool. Next, moving right along. So here I can see my crease very well. Let's see, what's that? 2 and just under 3 I'll do. Just under 3, and we will use this paper. So let me just trim off straight there. So that's not interfering. So I need to trim my height. The height is first. Sorry if I'm off screen, I just can't be bothered to move everything. So that, trim that off first. And what did I say? Just oh, I'll start on this side would be more helpful. Just under 3 we'll do it. So we'll do halfway between 2 3/4 and 3 there, and again there. Okay, good. Now, as I mentioned, you could do the full piece like we did on the exterior. My thing about that is it's thick, and I did do a sample to remind myself when the idea came to my mind when I was playing around making things, and I think I went right across, and it is thick down the fold. So you know, it's always thinking about taking into consideration how bulky these journals become, especially when you start working in them and they're already bulky to start out with. This is one way to reduce it a little bit, although these are all things that are removable too. They don't have to, they could be just tied on the outside of the journal. You know, slip them in under the sari silk or whatever you tied your journal up with, and take out some of the bulk. Okay, we've only got 2 more to do. We might as well do them all in the spirit of mass making. Whoops. That's not very good job there, Rachel. Okay, good, eh? I'm probably off screen. I do get cramped. I'm cramped by the things. They push me out of the way. let's measure. I can just see my crease, just under 2 1/4. Now I do have this, not long enough. That one is perfect height, so I'm going to trim that just under 2 1/4. And I'm going to put a different paper on the other side. How about that? I don't think I'll keep that. Now I did have one, I think they weren't long enough. What did I do with it? Yeah. It would go that way. No, not long enough. Okay, let's go to over here. We have some. So I'm going to cut this a bit less than 2 1/4. It's actually going to go on that side, so I'll do it that way. Oh, ding dong. And that's going to go on the other side. Oh, is that tall enough? It's not tall enough. I had to cut it the other way. Oh my gosh, even more ding dong. Oh, silly Billy. So I need to do it this way. Sorry, I can't. I'm just having a bit of a struggle here with my brain. That's it. This way. Okay, got it, guys. Got it. Right. Let's glue. Sometimes you need these big glue pieces to glue these, you know, rather than the small book, because you can't fit. So one. Okay. Yep, I like it with the two different papers too. That should slide over a little bit. There we go. That's a nice thing too about glue stick, is you can keep wiggling it until it sort of sits where you want it to. Now these are very wide, so let's measure. I need it to be a bit under a 4 1/4. Nothing is, everything's a bit under, isn't it? 4 1/4. So, and my height, let's use this piece here. So my height is going to be here. Can't cut that off that way, it doesn't fit. 4 1/4, just under. So a bit halfway between, so that way I can more or less get the other one that way. I'll use this piece, so let's just mark here the height. Okay, done. Got some nice scraps there too. Right, let's put that down. I don't need that anymore. Where's it sticky? Not too bad. This is when you go through a lot of glue. I find here too, if I buy the glue in bulk, then you get it for a slightly cheaper price. That's got to go that way. In my logic, I want that border down below. Okay, just checking if it was sticky or not. I may go just do it right to the edge on this one, as it's the last thing I'm gluing. Bet you're excited about that. So tomorrow is a public holiday again. So it's only in my town, Sant'Angelo, because it's the patron saint holiday of the town. So each town has their own patron saint, the protector, too, of the town. So it's that festival, and there's a big. So there was the flower festival in May. Juanette, do you remember? And Jeannie, and Helen, and then and Marianne. Yeah, so there's the flower festival in May. There's they call it the bird festival in September, end of September. And then this one is called, this one is the San Martino, which is the patron saint of. So there's all stalls. There's one of the squares. Oh, you ladies would love it. It is a whole square of food stalls. So prosciuttos and hams and olive oils and spices and olive, everything. It's wonderful. Steffi and I go and we buy, a nice piece of ham to cut up, and prosciutto, I should say. And then now I'm folding while I'm chatting to you. Yeah, it's really great. So we'll probably go early tomorrow morning because it gets really crowded. And then there's all places to eat and everything, but it's so packed. Sometimes I don't bother going. We did go last year. We actually went, it started last night, we forgot. So we've asked our friends if they want to go quickly this evening and have like something to eat and walk around and maybe get some spices. But Steph and I'll probably go and do that kind of shopping tomorrow morning. I'm going to ask him if he wants to. And then I won't bother going again, I don't think, because it's so packed you can't walk. And then there's like stalls and stuff. But when I first first moved back from Australia in 2003, it was better. Now we're going to chomp the corners. We're going to do some pretty edges on them. They're not quite finished. And yeah, it was really great. And there was like artisanal sort of stands, sort of things like, handmade jewelry and all that sort of thing. And now it's all just very run-of-the-mill, sort of more mass-made stuff, shall we say. Yeah, so it's not quite that, like the stores are not, isn't that great, are not so interesting. I'm going to do some with the bottom, I call it the bottom corners. Oh, and the bits go everywhere. Actually, oh, I forgot, I want to do these corners as well, because I like that, completes the look, doesn't it? And sorry, I didn't do that one. Now I'll tell you, this is, I'll show you the brand. Someone asked me. It's Vasen Creative. Written Vasen Creative. That's the brand. I don't know. It's a European brand. I don't know what you can get. I mean, you can get similar things. I bought it on Amazon. I have to buy all this sort of stuff on Amazon because we don't have shops. I mean, we have some, but like you'll find, I have one that I bought here, but it's the only one. Like, there were no other types. So my area, I'm always speaking for my area. I don't know what is available or not available in Milan or Rome. Rome, I can't imagine. I've never seen anything in Rome, but yeah, I don't know what's available, and I don't think there's anything. Well, I don't know of any shops. There would be in Florence, but I don't know where they are. So yep, on Amazon I have to get everything. Even if I would disagree with things about Amazon, I don't have a choice. It's how it is. You know, Stefano's like, you're making them even richer, and I'm like, oh well, they have the things that I need. Curly whirly corners are no good. There we go, got it. Determination. Okay, I made a nice mess. I don't know why. I guess so you can see. You need to see the positioning. That's why they didn't put a bottom on it. But the stuff does really fly everywhere. So I'm just going to crease it extra. I mean, it's already thick because of the paper on the outside. So imagine if I put the paper on the inside down the crease as well. I just love these. Now, they're not done, because my next thing I'm going to do is, I had these scraps. Like, oh, let me find something. Like these long strips like this. That one, I do have these. They might be a bit wide, but I can fold them. It turned out to be a really pretty thing when I was mucking around, so I thought we need to share that. Just trying to see. Okay, and I've got some long bits here. I've got that. Let's see what else. I probably wouldn't put digital. Anything under here. Oh no, then I probably got bits in my other thing. So then what I did was I just simply slotted in. Aren't they cute? Really nice writing spots. And I tell you what really makes them interesting is the edging, the corners. Now you could put a label on there. I'm just going to leave them simple because the papers are really pretty for today. But sometimes I would go in then and put in, you know, maybe put a label. I want something that you can see sticking out the side. This one, that one's going to be good. Yep, just slide a little paper in there. Or this one might take one of these. Nice. Yep, that's going to go in there. You'll probably think I'm totally weird, but I like these silly things. That one can just have that one. Oh, you can't see that, doesn't matter. But just extra bit, just to put these extra bits in. I just thought it was pretty. That one can go in there. I might put it that way so you have the writing peeking out the top. And then all I did, aren't they cute? And then we'll open them again. All I did was grab some twine or we'll do baker's twine. Let's look at it before I tie it up. So that's what it's like. You could even put pages in. Oh, there's a thought. I didn't think about that. You could fold and put, it could be a tall booklet. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, I'll have to write that down. Just grab this. Do 2 wraps. And just tie a bow. You could even have something dangling. You could have a charm dangling from there. And just a really cute thing to put in a tall, just a pocket somewhere in your journal. I think I'd like that one with twine. I had 5. Oh, I think I'll do that one green. Now, obviously, if you've got that coming out the side, you don't want to pull it too tight because you don't want to rip it. So just be careful not to pull it too tight. I'll show you my sample. Oh, we forgot to look in there. That one had the embroidery. The tone on tone embroidery. I love them. Twine. Which drawer are you in, twine? I mean, I put it in the wrong spot all the time. Here we go. We'll use this one. Now, I'll have to be extra careful with this and not pull it too tight. Could use a ribbon, baker's twine. No, I meant to say sari silk. You could use a sari silk. Anything. You could put eyelets and have a permanent tie. These are just temporary. You take them off. I'm trying to be careful not to pull too tight so that it's going to be a loosey-goosey. tie, because it does cut into that a little bit. And then this one can have it. Oh, we've got to look in that one too. What did I put in there? I put the straw paper in that one. This one has the background sort of paper in it. So yeah, guys, put pages in. That's a good. We won't do it. You don't need to see me to do it. You can tell me if you want me to do it, but we don't really need to do that. But I'm going to make one after, I think, and put the pages in so I have one so I remember, because that's a really good variation. Paper, and you can put pockets. Isn't that lovely? Did we look in that one? Yes, we did. And then this one was I like it with the 2 different papers. Really cool. Just extra. You know, these journals, we decorate them and they just need that little extra journaling spot is what they need. Because people like to write. I only write a little bit. I only do travel journal ones, really. I've told you before, I'd like to do family ones, but I don't even know where to start, because that's really a huge task, because there's lots of things to write about. So maybe one book per person, I don't know. Anyway, that's what they look like. And then I'll show you my sample. Oh, that one I put a little bit of the paper on there. So just with that paper, and I did tie the twine, and inside. Oh, I didn't cover that up inside. I put a pocket. Didn't remember that. I put a clear pocket in that one. Let's see if this will fit in there. No, that one's too wide, but that's a pocket. Because I didn't want to cover up that piece of artwork there, the angel. I wanted to keep that, so I just stuck a paper there. So that's that one. That's my and I had this piece of paper floating around, so I just put it in there. Maybe then it would be used for something. It's just really a gimmick, isn't it? And then I just tied it up with the twine just to hold it. But you don't have to. You could actually make a paper belly band and just slide it on and off. That could be cool as well. So many variations, but super fun project. Nice to use up some of those book pages. Like, you can do it with these glue book pages even. You could do it. They'd be good. Or fold them that way, whichever way, whatever size you want. But really fun way to use up some of those leftover book pages that you want to use and not throw them out. So I hope you enjoyed that. Have a wonderful Friday. Post office is closed tomorrow, so any orders will be shipped on Monday, if I can. And I have some new things. One new thing coming in my shop, maybe 2. Depends how organized I am. So keep your eye out for those in the next few days. One of them I'll probably do a video because it's a big pack. Yeah, I will do that, and it's very limited. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.